Here's the iPhone 14 on my left, and I have the new back glass that I'm going to install on this iPhone 14. The back glass replacement is not very difficult, but there are some few tiny things that you need to do in order to complete it. So the first thing that I did was to hit the back glass of this iPhone 14 for at least 30 seconds using the highest setting on this heat gun. Then I took my suction cup and tried to pull the back glass slightly and insert a guitar pick, which did not work on this iPhone 14. So I hit the back of the iPhone again while moving the heat gun around, and after that I just took my green scalpel and I inserted the blade at the bottom of the iPhone and pulled the back glass slightly upward in order to create a small gap between the back glass and the frame of this iPhone 14. Once you have the guitar pick between the back glass and the frame of the device, the rest is very easy. You simply need to hit the back glass of the iPhone and use your guitar pick in order to go around the back glass and detach it from the body of the device. With the iPhone 14 and iPhone 15, you have the new back glass design and you have these small pins on the back, the metal pins, and if it is difficult to remove, you can use a tool and pull it out. On this iPhone 14, the most difficult pin to remove is the one at the bottom, these two. On the back glass, you have the wireless charging, the flashlight, and the external microphone. So we need to disconnect the cable coming from the back glass attached to the motherboard. Now you need to remove the retaining plate that is covering the battery cable, and after that, disconnect the battery cable. This is the battery cable that I'm disconnecting. Once the battery cable has been disconnected, you simply need to remove one screw holding the flex cable from the wireless charging, flashlight, and external microphone. Then you disconnect the flex cable, and after that, you can remove the back glass completely out of the device. Here's the back glass for the iPhone 14. You can see on the back of this iPhone 14 back glass, we have all these flex cables that we need to remove. First thing, remove one screw holding the flashlight with a retaining plate. Then after that, you will use one of your tool and pull slightly one end of this retaining plate that is covering the external microphone. Now you can use your tweezer and pull the external microphone retaining plate. Here's the external microphone. Now the next step will be to hit the back glass again around the area where we have the wireless charging and wireless coil. Next, you need to take a flat metal tool or a blade like I did it and pull slightly the wireless coil assembly. While the back glass is still warm, you need to keep pulling the wireless coil assembly. While pulling the wireless coil assembly, you will notice that there are two wires that are still stuck on the back glass. You need to stop pulling the wireless coil assembly at this point. Then you should remove one of the magnet. After removing the magnet, you can simply pull the two wires that are still on the back glass. Simply pull these two wires and have them in the same area or alignment with the big wireless coil. After you have done that, you can simply keep pulling the wireless coil slightly and slowly in order to remove the whole wireless coil assembly. So this is going to prevent you from breaking or damaging those two wires that were stuck on the back glass. And obviously, it might be very challenging to remove the whole wireless coil assembly without tearing down the graphite tape that is on the back. Now you need to hit the back glass again around the area where we have the flex cables coming from the wireless coil assembly. You need to hit the back glass just for a few seconds, less than 10 seconds. And after that, you can simply keep pulling the wireless coil assembly to the point where you can see the small gap between the magnet. While doing this, make sure that while pulling the wireless coil assembly, it does not get difficult to pull. If it does, you can simply reheat the area again and pull it. And also make sure that you stop when you arrive at the T intersection with the big flex cable. For the flashlight and external microphone, you need to start hitting the area where you have the flashlight and external microphone and pull on the flashlight cable slightly. You will see it is going to get removed out of the broken back glass. If the back glass is at the right temperature while doing this, you will see that it is very easy to remove. And also for this part, you do not need to have the heat gun at the highest temperature. You can have it lower and it is going to work. This is the only thing left to remove on the old back cover. You need to remove the metal plate that was under the external microphone and also the external microphone mesh. Then you can start the reassembly of all those on the new back cover. I installed the external microphone mesh first. After that, I added a small B7000 around it. And after that, I added the metal plate that goes on top of it. After doing this, you should leave the back cover for a few minutes and work on the wireless coil. Now you need to have the two wires that are on the outer edge of the wireless coil. I just use a small drop of super glue. It is going to keep that wire in place before I can do the installation on the new back glass. If you just install it without doing this, the wire might get mixed up and you might have those wires on top of the wireless coil. Here's the wireless coil fully assembled. Now it is time to work on the magnet if you want to keep MagSafe. You need to use a flat metal tool or a flat blade in order to lift the magnet one by one, and make sure that when you install the magnet on the new back glass, you have the small gap between the magnet left for the wireless coil flex cable. So with this small magnet, there are some that are going to come off with the tape still on the back, but most of them are going to come off without any tape, and you need to use a tiny drop of super glue in order to have them stay in place. I did the same thing for all the magnet and have them installed on the new back cover, and also I did it for the magnet that is at the bottom of the circle, this one. Everything is good now. It is time to install the wireless coil assembly, flashlight and external microphone. I started from left to right and up because it is much easier to do it this way and have everything aligned perfectly. So now everything is attached to the new back glass. The wireless coil is attached because I still have some tape left on the graphite tape. To reinstall the metal plate that was on top of the external microphone, you need to press both ends slightly, and after that you can simply have it installed on the external microphone. After pressing down on it, it should be held by the metal plate that is on the back of the microphone. For the flashlight, just reinstall the retaining plate and add the screw to have it hold in place. I have reinstalled all the cable to the motherboard, and now I'm going to test the wireless charging to make sure that everything is working. This is the time to test your wireless charging, the flashlight and external microphone before you close the device completely. The iPhone 14 is charging by wireless. We can keep moving. You need to clean the inside of the frame of this iPhone 14 before the installation of the new back cover. Remove all the double-sided tape that is still on the frame of your iPhone 14. Then after that, make sure that everything is clean. Here's mine. Everything has been cleaned. Make sure that you do not puncture the battery while doing the cleaning with a metal tool. Now you need to reinstall all the retaining plate on the inside of your iPhone 14 and add all the screws that you removed. If your new back glass comes with a double-sided tape, you simply need to install the double-sided tape before you reattach the back cover. Mine didn't come with a double-sided tape. This is why I'm using B7000 in the place of the double-sided tape. After adding B7000, make sure that you do not have any plastic inside the camera rings. You should remove those plastic before you're ready to do the final installation of the tape or the B7000. If you have installed a double-sided tape, you simply need to remove the plastic covering the double-sided tape, and after that you can close the back on the frame of the device. Make sure that you press gently and slowly the pins at the bottom of the device to have them in place correctly without breaking the back glass. As for any back cover replacement, you need to have some retaining plate on the phone in order to apply constant pressure on the back of the device. The repair is going to work even if you do not have the retaining plate, but it is the right way to do it. If you do not care about the retaining plate, you can simply have the device inside a case. The case will hold the device and apply a very small pressure on the back cover and have it stay on the body of the device. After 10-20 minutes, I remove all the repair clamps, and you can see if you use B7000, you might have a fuse peel. You simply need to rub on the back cover and they are all going to disappear. Here's the iPhone 14 fully repaired. What do you think? Let me know in the comment box. Subscribe, like and share, and I will see you on my next video.